A long-running land dispute has turned personal, with residents accusing the Ferguson family of claiming property they say is theirs. Now, Minister Rodwell Ferguson and Aaron Ferguson are responding to those allegations, insisting they have done nothing wrong. And while both sides argue over who owns the land, there's an important fact. Under Belizean law, even if there's a cave on the property, that cave remains property of the state. Any artifacts or relics found inside belong to the government of Belize and are protected by national heritage laws. Today, we're speaking with everyone involved, asking the questions demanding the documents, and trying to clarify who truly owns this contested land.
I want to go back in history because the younger folks today don't know the existence of this cave. In the 70s, when I was a child, the Ministry of Infrastructure used to be the Ministry of Works. Used to blast this cave to get materials for roadworks. So every 2 or 3 days, there was a blasting. And so it affects the whole structure of the cave. Even the stones that you see there, they set them in place. And I told him, Stoney, no matter what, I will not allow you to apply for the land where the cave is on. No matter who you are, you could be my son, you could be whoever you are, but I will not allow you to apply for the land where the cave is on. As a matter of fact, this cave has on the water system for the Pomona Village Council. So the tank for Pomona water system is on top of the cave. I am not fighting for this piece of land for no family member.
You're not offering him 10 acres of land either?
I told him I will go and look for 10 acres for you where we can find it, to make sure that you are satisfied, that you become a beneficiary of a piece of land through your farming. That is my commitment to them.
We then headed to the home of Miguel Angel Trejo, who insists the land, including the area with the cave, rightfully belongs to him and his family. Trejo disputes the Fergusons' claim and says he has the lease to prove his ownership, while Minister Ferguson maintains that those documents are not valid.
Pues yo lo conseguí esos documentos.
Well, I got those documents in the lands department, but I'm now seriously concerned with everything that is going on because there has been serious death threats because of this claim. Mr. Rodwell, Sunstone has threatened me. So I spoke to Minister Rodwell, present here today.
In terms of Trejo, I want him to understand I have nothing against him and I do everything in my power for him to get a piece of land.
El ministro quiere que usted entienda que él no tiene nada en contra de usted y él va a hacer todo en su poder para poderle conseguir un pedazo de propiedad a usted también.
Mr. Trejo, I give him a piece of land, give him at least 6 months so he can move out to his new land I'm going to get for him. I will never, ever do that to you, sir.
I have the video here if you would like to see it.
What I'm saying as the elected representative for Stann Creek West, this is no prejudice of anything. I will ask the ministry to ask Mr. Trejo to evacuate from this piece of land. I will find peace for him.
Another thing he promised me was 10 acres of land. And this was the day where he has not given me anything. I was a young person when I cleaned all that land now. I am in my 70s. I don't have the same strength to clean all that land. If he gives me a clean piece of land, I will accept to be moved. But why don't they want me living here? And Mr. Canton lives right here as well. Or is it because I am poor he doesn't want me to give me a piece of land here? If I had the money, they would let me live here. But there's a family living right close to this property and they say it's against the law to live here. So why don't I get my acre to live here too? Why am I bothering here?
Wait, listen to me.
While Mr. Ferguson left the property to avoid further dispute with the Trejo family, we also spoke to the chairlady Melida Ingram for clarification.
To allocate, to approve the land in this area is usually done by the minister, or sometimes he get in contact with the village councils to send recommendations. For the land that they're claiming, I know it's government property because it's located right by the cave, which is owned by the village council. So the lands that are around this area is surrounded around here is owned by the village council and the government. We're sure we'll do a review on the land titles and have a sit down with Minister Cordell Hyde and see what can be done about this dispute concerning this land that is here now, that is owned by the government, because the village council have works that need to be done at the cave.
I am certainly glad to have you guys down here to cover the other side of the story. You know, for who have certainly known me from a while back now, you will know that I certainly am not involved in any criminal act. You know, if that was the case, I would certainly not have asked of the news station to have took off, you know, the stories that have been aired tarnishing my character. You know, it have not certainly set well with me, and I certainly thank you guys for clearing up the air as it relates to that. You know, as to the allegation made, I am certainly have not, you know, made any threat any at all as it relates to those individuals. You know, they had mentioned that I had burned down. Instead of burning down, I would have, who know me, I build. And instead of root it up, I would have planted. Right? So I certainly, in no way, shape, or form have anything to do with that, and I would want to distance myself from that allegation.
And while both sides disagree on many things, they agree on one, that the cave does not belong to either of them. Tanya, Arceo, News 5.